Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me, where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego?
Hey guys, it's me, and I know I'm not there today, but I know you're in good hands with Miss Mackenzie, and I kind of wanted to start off with a little fun song because that used to be my favorite geography show. Okay, so digging right into the second unit, which is Asia, and what I'd like to do is have you stop right now, pause this recording, go ahead and turn to page 34 in your geography books, and I would like, let's have Luke read the first paragraph. It's a really good introduction to Asia, and I think it'll set us up pretty good for this. So go ahead and pause now and read that paragraph. Okay, so Asia is actually 1/3 of the Earth's landmass. 1/3 of the Earth's landmass is the continent of Asia. So that's kind of amazing. It's also the largest in both area and population. In fact, they have 4 billion people living there. You guys, that's amazing. That's crazy. That's almost half. Well, anyway, they have a lot of people living there. Google says 4.436 billion to be exact. You don't need to know exact numbers exactly for the test, but you should know about 4 billion people live there. It's kind of crazy. When you add, scholars and geographers kind of discuss Europe and Asia, and when you put them together, you actually get this other term that they use called Eurasia. When you put Europe and Asia together, they refer to it as Eurasia. That whole land area is called Eurasia. Moving on, there are at least 500 languages spoken in Asia. That's a lot. I can't even imagine. We have a hard enough time in English class with you guys, never mind trying to teach you 500 languages. So you would know all the languages of Asia. That's crazy. Let's see here. Oh, I skipped one. The largest country in the world is Russia. Part of it is Europe and part is Asia. So your book decided they were going to discuss Russia when we get to the Europe chapter, which will be next month. So we'll talk about Russia. But yeah, it's part of Europe and part in Asia. Okay, moving on. The largest and highest mountain range is the Himalayas. I used to have kittens that were Himalayan kittens. I don't know that they came from those mountains, but I don't know. I'd have to do some research. But yeah, those are the mountains, the Himalayan mountains. In the Himalayas is Mount Everest, which is the highest point on Earth. It's actually 29,000 feet above sea level. The exact number there is in your notes. Yeah. Also in Asia is Tibet, which is the world's highest plateau. The lowest point on land is also found in Asia. It's called the Dead Sea, and that sea is so salty, it's actually 7 times saltier than the ocean. I mean, talk about salty. Yeah. So the fish die. If any fish happen to make it to the Dead Sea, they die there because it's so salty. And you're actually going to hear more about the Dead Sea on the YouTube video that Miss Mackenzie will show you later, about the Dead Sea Scrolls. So, yeah. The largest peninsula in the world is the Arabian Peninsula. It's spelled A-R-A-B-I-A-N, the Arabian Peninsula. The second largest, incidentally, is the country of India. If you look at a map, even the one on the wall, you can see that it kind of juts out like a V, and it's a peninsula because there's water on 3 sides, which I know you know that. The world's largest island chain is the Malay Archipelago, and those are hard to spell, so here we go. Malay is spelled Malay, and then archipelago is Archipelago. The Malay Archipelago, and that's actually the world's largest island chain. Yeah, and it actually contains some of the world's largest islands as well. The largest city is Tokyo, and there's a whole section in your book, we'll probably read it when I come back, about Tokyo. So, moving on to the Middle East. The Middle East is actually known as the crossroads of the ancient world. Everything we read about in the Bible, everything in the New Testament, was really located in the Middle East. And we refer to it now as the Fertile Crescent, which is actually made up of Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq. So those are the next countries we're talking about. That's known as the Fertile Crescent. And you probably learned about that in probably every history class each year if you've gone here. It's called the Fertile Crescent. This area is offset by 2 rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates. It's kind of boxed in a little bit by those 2 rivers, but on the one side of the Fertile Crescent is the Jordan River. Now, the Tigris and the Euphrates actually dry up because this is a desert climate here. These are people living in the desert. But the Jordan River does not dry up. In fact, we'll talk about this tomorrow, but Israel really, part of Israel is bordered by the Jordan River, and there's always strife along the banks of the Jordan River because it makes the areas around it, they're able to plant, and the agriculture is easier there because there's water, obviously, and in a desert it's hard to plant anything. And so the only river in that region that doesn't dry up during the year is the Jordan River. Now, you are going to watch a video next about the Dead Sea and the Dead Sea Scrolls specifically. These are people found papers, scrolls, that contained, in some cases, parts of the Bible that had been written down by the scribes and copied down. And so it was actually a dramatic and amazing find, because these scrolls were hundreds, maybe even thousands of years old. So I think it'll be interesting. Don't go to sleep. Watch the video, and there will be another recording for you guys tomorrow. Bye.